Good morning, WISER Nation! Woo! Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Oh my goodness, we are here again. We did here. We are here. Thanks be to God. We made it. We are here. Thanks be to God. We made it. We are here. We made it. Good morning to you from everywhere in the world. I see my people all coming in. Please write in the chats where you are clicking in from. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. And thank you for believing. Thank you for coming. Thank you for staying. Thank you for spreading the word. Thank you for telling your friends, your family. We've been receiving the registrations. Thank you for being generous with this gift of WISER to us all. It could not have been given to us by ourselves. It had to be given to us by one who loves us more and wants us to be great. So thank you, everyone. Thank you from Enugu. Thank you from Abuja. Thank you from Ibadan. Thank you from Lagos. Good morning. So guess what? We're going to jump right into the conversation for today, which is the book of Proverbs, chapter 1. And good morning from Benin City. I am in Benin. Good morning, Kwara. Good morning from Delta State. So this morning, what is our text? The Message translation. And it is Proverbs chapter 1. From Akwa Ibom, I greet you. From Ondo, I greet you. And we are in chapter 1. Yay! We're in chapter 1. We've been waiting for this. We're in chapter 1. Wise sayings of Solomon. History tells us he's one of the wisest men, one of the wisest kings who ever lived. And not just the Bible, history and other religious books allude to him as one of the wisest. A manual for living. These are the sayings of Solomon, David's son, Israel's king, written down so we'll know how to live well and right, to understand what life means and where it's going. What does life mean and where is life going? I know this is one question that many of us ask from time to time. What is this life all about really? And where is it taking me to, right? It's a question that you might ask yourself from time to time. This book is supposed to give us some inkling as to where life is taking us to and what it's all about. To teach a manual for living, for learning what's right, just, and fair. To teach the inexperienced the ropes and give our young people a grasp on reality. You know that syndrome that we say of generation, what's the generation now? Is it Generation Z? This book gives insight. It teaches the inexperienced the ropes. So where should I get experience from? I get experience from this knowledge. There's something here also for seasoned men and women. So you see, wisdom is not only for the underachieved. No, wisdom is also for those who have achieved, who can achieve more. Who can achieve more. So everywhere that Everywhere that you know someone who is an achiever, don't say, let me invite only those people who I know are struggling. No, invite those who are doing well. This is Proverbs chapter 1 that we are reading from the Message translation. There's something here also for seasoned men and women, still a thing or two for the experienced to learn, fresh wisdom to probe and penetrate the rhymes and reasons of wise men and women. Fresh wisdom to probe and penetrate the rhymes and reasons of wise men and women. I still remember the comment I made here last year when we were at WISER 2020. And we said, the more you stay, the fact that you keep on staying here for 31 days, in spite of how demanding it might be, something will penetrate. We even use the example of a story I heard from someone in 1997. He said he was the branch manager at a Union Bank somewhere. He was a branch manager at a Union Bank somewhere in the north, I think in Abuja. And one day he looked out his window and noticed that the water tank had a very tiny hole. So it was dropping water, one drop every 1 minute, just one drop. And he noticed it was dropping on the slab. He paid it no mind. He moved on. He moved on. Until he was there a few years and left. About maybe 8 years or so later, he came in to visit the branch. He had been promoted to a higher level, higher role. And he came to visit the branch and somehow decided to just look out at that tank because he remembered that scene. And guess what? It was still dropping one drop per minute, about the same time, one drop. But what had happened to the slab? Where it was dropping on the slab, there was now a crack across the entire concrete slab. One drop, but you see, one consistent drop. We are going to be here receiving drops for 31 days. And I know for many of us, we would even go on into a few other months. Something will penetrate. Something will penetrate into your system, into your spirit, into your mind, and into your life that will bring about the rhymes and the reasons that you desire. If you believe, let's read on. Verse 7 of Proverbs chapter 1, we're reading the Message translation. It says, start with God. So for 2022, remember, we're already taking wisdom steps for next year. Start with God. The first step in learning is bowing down to God, submitting to a higher power. That's the first step to learning. That's the thing that the one act that makes us teachable, when we can bow, when we can reverence a higher being, when we can reverence the one that's able to teach us, the one that is able to open doors. We here, we're God-believing people, yes. And it doesn't matter what you call God, what religion you belong to. No, we're referring to that grand overall designer that we also believe is the creator of all things. Only fools thumb their nose at such wisdom and learning. So where are all the wise people in the house? Make some noise, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise, make some noise. Say the wise people are here. Wiser people are here. Wise people are here. Woo! We are here. Oh, we are here. We are here. We are here. Pay close attention, friend, to what your father tells you. Never forget what you learned at your mother's knee. Wear that counsel like a winning crown, like rings on your fingers. Wear it like a crown on your head. I always like to add to myself here that especially if the counsel your father. Now, when we say father or mother, this is my personal interpretation. Remember, wisdom is me and the other wiser heads who will speak, and you adding your own interpretation to what Solomon had said. My interpretation is also father or mother may not necessarily be biological, but of course it could be biological, especially if what they said to you was progressive, was something that would actually be of benefit to you. Pay close attention, friend, to what your father tells you. Never forget what you learned at your mother's knee. What did you learn? What did your parents teach you that is actually wise? Or what did they teach you that you have realized is counterproductive? Perhaps this is the time to relearn, and then you can take wisdom from Solomon as father, as mother, and wear the counsel like a crown, like rings on your finger. Dear friend, if bad companions tempt you, don't go along with them. Run away. Run as fast as you can. Run and let the heels of your head touch the heels of your feet touch your back. Run. If they say, let's go out and raise some hell, let's beat up some old man, mug some old woman, let's pick them clean and get them ready for the funerals. Oh, wow. We'll load up on top quality loot. We'll haul it up by the truckload. Join us for some time of your life. With us, it's share and share alike. Everything we collect, we will share together. Oh, friend, please don't give them a second look. Don't listen to them for a minute. They are racing to a very bad end, hurrying to ruin everything they lay their hands on. Nobody robs a bank with everyone watching. Yet, that's what these people are doing. They're doing themselves in. When you grab all you can get, that's what happens. The more you get, the less you are. So let's talk about this together for a moment. When the system, the world, when friends tell us, come, let's do it in the way that we already know is not right, we might get instant gains, instant gratification, instant blowing. Wisdom is saying, hold on. Don't do it, because you're about to hurt yourself. You are about to hurt yourself. Wisdom is saying, don't do it. Don't even argue with them. Thank you. That's not even the time to try and convince them to say, okay, well, no, don't do it. At that time, only one thing to do. What is that? Run. Run for dear life. Run away with all your strength and might. Run. They're saying, let's take the shortcut. Let's drop the egunje. Let's collect the money for the work, but not deliver on it, because that's what everybody is doing. Nobody will know. Run. Now, this program, this gathering together, is not one to judge us, because we have all made bad judgments at one time or the other. Guess what? Sometimes it's not even a friend that tells you the wrong thing to do. Sometimes it is you. It is your heart. It is your desire. It is your instinct. It is you that just says, you know what, if I do it like this, nothing will happen. Guess what? And you do it. And then later you realize, I don't think that was right. Or you already knew, but you just did it. You did it, sha. Wisdom is saying, let that be in the past. Going forward, don't do it. Anybody who tries to rob a bank will get into trouble, especially if you now rob the bank in broad daylight without your face mask. then face mask in quote was a thing for robbers. Now it's for all of us who are protecting ourselves from COVID-19. So it's saying, wisdom is saying, run away. Run away. Don't tempt yourself. Don't think that, oh, I'll say to them, no, I won't do it, but let me just hang around with them. I used to be of the opinion that, well, you could hang around with people, but not really become like them because of your strong beliefs. Until nature showed me If you stay around bad ideas for long enough, guess what will happen? At a point, it won't seem so bad anymore. You would even begin to reason with it. You would begin to accept it. And before long, you will practice it. The first time you do, you may not feel good about it. You may actually feel bad. But if you stay around there and keep interacting with that thing that is below your standard, guess what happens? After a while, it becomes okay. You do it again, and you do it again, and you do it again. And you who had sworn you would never roll with the bad guys, guess what? You will be the ringleader. And you will be all right. You would even find scriptures to justify what you're doing. So run. Hang around your own kind. People who believe what you believe. People who seem to be going where you are going. But that's a story for another day, because wisdom will still talk to us about that. Stay with it. Stay with it. Stay with what you believe. Run. When you grab all you can get, that's what happens. The more you get, the less you are. How many of us want to be less? No, we don't want to be less. We want to be more. We want to be more. We actually want to be more. So to be more, don't focus on getting. That's what wisdom is saying invariably. Don't focus on getting everything. I want to grab. Else, it go hard. You go hang go. Lady Wisdom goes out into the streets and she shouts at the town center. She makes her speech in the middle of the traffic. She stands. She takes her stand at the busiest corner. She calls out. Verse 22 says, simpletons, how long will you wallow in ignorance? Cynics, how long will you feed your cynicism? Idiots, how long will you refuse to learn? About face, I can revise your life. Wisdom is everywhere. She's not actually hidden. She actually is in the streets shouting out for those who will listen. She's actually out there in the streets, in the street lights, in the traffic lights, in the street signs, in the no U-turn, in the, those paint marks on the road. And no, especially in Lagos, where they'll say this one is for people turning this way, this one is for those going straight. But sometimes we don't look. And then you want to turn left, but you now find yourself on the lane of those going straight, and then you're stuck. And then you now sometimes try to now squeeze into the other lane. Then you end up trying to chance people. And then one last smart person might now come and tell you, go straight. This lane is to go straight. And guess what? You have to go straight. And maybe the next place to turn is long way off. If only we had looked. Wisdom is everywhere, calling out. Can you please look? Can you please notice? This one says that there are signs. There are signs. There are people who are living the life. Wisdom is everywhere, shouting, can we please look? Sometimes wisdom looks foolish. You are going into a place, well, I know especially the banks and where people still stand in queues, and there is a sign saying one after the other, or stand in queue or something. And you get there, you see the long queue, you see the sign, but at that time, you remember who you are. You are either you're a cousin to the bank manager, or you are a neighbor to one of the tellers, or you're a police officer. Or you're a police officer. So you now use your rank, your positioning, your uniform. You're an army officer. And you say, no, I ain't going to stand on this queue. Let me call on my powers. Wisdom was calling on you to say, stay on the queue. We're trying to create order in this society. But no, you are the Indabuski. and then you jump the queue. And guess what happens? Other people who are like you then take the queue and jump out of the queue. And we begin to create a mess because wisdom was right there calling, but we didn't listen. Wisdom is calling. Some of us who are wisdom bearers, those of us here for today, perhaps we need to begin to loud it more. Some of us are counselors, education counselors. You know, the ones we had in school, guidance counselors. Some of us, that's our calling, and you know, but you're not shouting it out because you're not sure if people will listen. Shout first. Shout first. They may not all come at the first time, but remember, drop, 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 drop. Then we begin to enter the rhymes and the reasons. Shout first, and then they will come. We have so many young people who are studying courses they have no business studying if someone will guide them. You know yourself. Shout. Talk about it. Go to the schools, knock the doors. Sometimes wisdom can lead you to doing painful things. And that's why some of us have not yet begun to shout out as wisdom bearers. But in your heart every day, it's shouting, it's screaming actually. But you're like, it's going to be work. Yes, wisdom is work. If wisdom shows up at the streets every day shouting, it means wisdom is work. So let's rise to it. Allow me use the example of WISER. It was a desire burning. If we didn't shout, you won't be here today. Right now, 174 of us. By the end of this month, by God's grace, 5,000 people would have experienced WISER, either live or in the replay. 5,000 minimum, but somebody is shouting, and we keep asking you to shout. Tell your friends, tell people, because we know that what we are saying here, though not written by us at all, is beneficial to all, or at least to most. So what are you shouting about? What are you shouting about? What can you shout about today, the 1st of December, 2021? That thing you've wanted to shout about for a long time. It's been in you, and you know it's a call of wisdom. Can you please shout out? Can you please shout out? Can you please shout out? Wisdom says, about face, I can revise your life. You've been on this journey so long, but I can help you revise it. I know you are 24 years old. You have graduated from university where you studied ABC, but I can help you revise your life since you feel so you feel like you're in a bad place. Wisdom is saying I can help you revise your life. I know you are 48 years old and you have behaved like this all your life, but I can revise your life. I know you are 54 years old. I know you are 60 years old and you have held on to a certain truth or untruth for so long. Wisdom is saying about face, or what we will say about turn. I can revise your life. Look, I am ready to pour out my spirit on you. I'm ready to tell you all I know. As it is, I've called, but some have turned a deaf ear. Not you here, because you opened your ear. Some have turned a deaf ear. I've reached out to you. Some have ignored me. To those who turned an open ear, well done, congratulations, and thank you. To those who did not ignore, yay, we made it, because we are going to get better. We will only get better. We will only get better. You can't stay around the truth, the good. When you stay around the good, when you stay around the truth, before long, you become the good. You become the truth. You become the wise. When you say, you've seen that slogan that says, if you stay in a room with 5 wise people, before long, you're the 6th wise person, because it seeps into your rhymes and reasons and you become wise. Wisdom says in verse 25 of chapter 1 of Proverbs, says, since you laugh at my counsel and make a joke of my advice, how can I also take you seriously? In other words, if you don't take me seriously, I will not take you seriously. I'll actually turn the tables and joke about your troubles. Some of the troubles that we get in is because we lack wisdom to take right action per time. And wisdom is saying, if you dare laugh at me and run away, guess what happens? I'm just gonna laugh at you too. Kai, wisdom, wisdom harsh you. But you see, wisdom is like a mirror. Excuse me. By the way, what are you drinking this morning? I have water. Today I have water. Tomorrow, maybe some tea. But today I have water. Wisdom is like a mirror. If you what you are is what you see, what you get. Wisdom is saying, if you don't take me seriously, I'll actually turn the tables and I'll joke about your trouble. What if the roof falls in and your whole life goes to pieces? What if catastrophe strikes and there's nothing to show for your life but rubble and ashes? You'll need me then. You call for me, but don't expect an answer. No matter how hard you look, at that time, you won't find me. Wow. When you look for me at the wrong time, wisdom is saying, you won't find me. The time to search for wisdom is before you need her. When you search for her, when you're already in trouble, you may not find her. The example that I like to take home is one I heard many years ago. It said, someone has been saying to you, what's it now? It said, get fit, build your arms, build your chest, get strong, and put some locks on your door, right? As much as you are strong, you also need door locks because you want to keep burglars out. And then you say, no, I'm fine. No, I'm fine. I heard this from I think it was Kenneth Copeland. I heard it from many years ago. And I'm paraphrasing. He said, they'll say to Jack, Jack, I think you should go get fit, get stronger, and then put locks on your door. Stronger so you can take care of your family better, in quote, and then locks on your door to keep burglars away. And Jack says, no, I'm fine. I'm okay. And Jack's neighbor says to him every day for a few years, and Jack says, I'm fine. And then one day, in the middle of the night, Jack is woken up by burglars because his door was unlocked. And so they didn't even have to struggle. They just opened his door and walked in. And of course, he couldn't also, as it were, fight with them. They had no weapons. They were just burglars, but he couldn't fight with them because he also wasn't physically strong. Now, he used that scenario to say, at that time, it's not because God is wicked. It is the fact that the capacity is just not there. The door was unlocked. The door was unlocked. And he wasn't strong enough, full stop. So even if he's crying out at that time, wisdom is also somewhat incapacitated. At that time, wisdom can't do anything because wisdom is saying, this is not how we operate. I would have operated through you if you had been working out in the gym for the past 1 year. If you had been lifting those weights, by now your arms would have been strong enough. If you try it now, they'll beat you to pulp. I am there to be built for before you need me. When you need me, even though I answer, I can't really do much. I'm trapped. So the time for 2022 wisdom is now. That's why we're here, to glean as much as we can to make our new year smooth. One of the most recurrent testimonials from WISER 20, which was so encouraging, and I heard from a number of people, was they woke up in the new year feeling okay. Some people said almost every new year I woke up with some level of anxiety because I wasn't sure what to do. But I woke up for the first time in the new year feeling zen because I knew what to do. I had been in the environment of wisdom. That's why we are here, to prepare ahead of time. You don't become a doctor on the day you say you want to be a doctor. And of course, I'm using the term loosely. You become a doctor when you have gone through how many years of study? Minimum 6 years. I think it's 7 with your housemanship, perhaps 8 in a certain situation, but minimum 6 years. You don't become an architect the day you say you want to be an architect. You go through 6 years of schooling in the wisdom of architecture. You don't become a master of ceremonies par excellence on the day you decide you want to be. You go through the rhymes and the reasons. You don't become a successful coach on the day you say you want to be. It takes you time to study, to become. So wisdom is saying you don't become wise the day you say you want to be wise. You take time to study wisdom. You take time to stay around wisdom so that in the day you need to show forth as wise, guess what? You would have hit it. Verse 29 says, because you hated knowledge and had nothing to do with the fear of God, because you wouldn't take my advice and brushed aside all my offers to train you, well, you've made your bed. Now, lie on it. Lie on it. You wanted your own way. Now, how do you like it? Wisdom gives us what we allow her give us. Don't you see what happens, you simpletons, you idiots? Carelessness kills. Complacency is murder. First, pay attention to me, then relax. The time to relax is not now when you haven't taken the wisdom in. First, pay attention to me, then relax. Now, you can take it easy. You are in good hands. You are in good hands. Somebody writes in the chat, say, I am in good hands. 2022, I can take it easy because I am in good hands. I am in good hands. I have taken out time and I have taken time out to seek wisdom for living. I am in good hands. So, dear friends, yes, I see your chats. Let me just mention some of the names I see. I see Sarah, I see Mesoma, I see Ebolu, I see Precious, I see Ayobami, I see Dami Up, I see Hosanna, I see Augustine, I see Olawale, I see Onyeka, I see Love Akman, I see Oluwatoyin, I see Gaius, Bala, Grace Amoka, Awolabi, Owolabi Johnson, Precious Uyane, Bonlua, Ayobami, Uzamaka Ibujo, Kingsley Ime, Oyedele, Damilola Kuza, Lesiwa, Wisabo, Omotehinse, Dennis, Simon. I see you all saying, I am in good hands. I know I had seen my mom at some point when she came in earlier. Mommy, good morning. God sent Idoko. I see you say, I am in good hands. 2022 is going to be easier than it would have been if I had not attended to wisdom. So what are some practical things that we can take away from chapter 1? Some practical things we can take away from chapter 1. I would like us to write so that we can commit. Right. Some of us already know. We have an idea because maybe the job we're on, or the new job we hope to apply for, or the business we hope to start, or the business you're already doing that you hope to blow in 2022. Right. Remember, if you've ever listened to me teach or you've ever encountered me, you know that I always like to talk about the 5 W's and 1 H. 5 W's and 1 H. I always say it's the ultimate formula, the almighty formula to life and living. 5 W's and 1 H is taught in journalism school, and it's taught, I think, in some levels of critical thinking. When you want to think through something, these are the 5 questions to ask. What, who, where, when, why. and then how, in no particular order. So for that endeavor of yours in 2022, on your job, in your career, in your business, mommy, I see you. Good morning. In your career, in your relationship, in your relations, in your problem solving right now, who do I need to be closer to? And I start identifying those people. Now, wisdom is about knowing what to do and taking steps, right? So write it down somewhere. Who do I need to be closer to? Who do I need to learn from? Who do I need to be around? I'm not going to confuse this with what's the word now? Relinquishing your responsibilities to other people, which is what some people do with mentorship. Aisha, I see you. Faith, I see you. Tehila, I see you. Donna, I see you. Rahamon, I see you. Some people do with mentorship. You're looking for somebody to teach you what you can discover by yourself. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying who. So, for example, let me use a loose example here. I'm interested in politics and governance. And I said to myself, who do I need to be closer to? So I searched for successful women leaders in governance. And of course, one of the top names is Angela Merkel. And so I began to read about her online and I bought a book and I'm studying her. That is one of my who. So who you need to be around may not be a physical person. It might be a book, which goes to what? What do I need to learn to succeed in this venture for 2022? Don't not identify. Identify. Don't not identify. What do I need to learn? People have said to me that I'm so impatient. But guess what? I have also, now this is I'm being hypothetical here. People have said to me, oh, you Joyce, you're so impatient, you're so impatient. And I've said, that's how I am now. Those are the words of the foolish. So please take it out of your mouth. Take it out of your mouth. Don't say it again. That's not how you are. That's how you have been. You can learn to be patient. So what do I need to learn? I need to learn patience. How? Guess what? Go online and Google. If you will Google it, I am very sure you will see at least 4 to 10 ways to become more patient. How to become more patient. There will be clear pointers. Can you begin to practice? As simple as that. You might also need to attend a course. You might also need to get a coach. But guess what? Basics. Just check on the World Wide Web University of Google. How can I be more patient? Or someone has said to you, you talk too much. And you've said, how is that a problem in life? I beg. What do I need to do? I need to observe. Is my talking too much stopping other people from talking? If the answer is yes, then perhaps that's not necessarily a good thing. Perhaps I need to take a step back and So now when I talk, I will be conscious about holding back a little so that someone else can talk. That's becoming wiser. That's not foolishness. That's not you becoming, what's that thing? Becoming inauthentic or say, well, that's not who I am. That's you becoming the better version of you because you have decided to pay attention to wisdom. And wisdom is saying, I'm everywhere out in the streets. I'm crying. Google is screaming. I am here. Use me. Google me. Search me. Don't say that's how I am. Seek the wisdom. Seek the knowledge to apply so that the rhymes and reasons can become those of wise people. So they've said, for this promotion next year, anybody who would need to be in this position next year should have at least a diploma in this or that, or a master's in that. And you are now opening your mouth to say, okay, well, I don't have master's now. I don't have certificate or diploma. Let them just leave it out. My God will fight for me. And God is like, huh? I will fight for you in getting the admission to get your master's. Go and look for master's schools that offer masters in 1 year program for 1 year. Is it possible to even find a school that will offer masters that you can finish in less than 1 year? I think a friend of mine reached out to me then, sometime 2 years ago. No, that was last year during COVID. And she said she was starting a master's program with this online university. People know it, Nextford. They didn't pay me for an advert, but I'm talking about it. And it was supposed to be how many months? I think she finished in like 9 months, if I'm not mistaken. Because of how she was able to schedule her time and do her work, I think she finished in about 9 months. I think. So don't say, well, I don't have masters now, come and beat me. Or I don't have certificate now, come and beat me. That's talk of foolishness. They've said for that role, you should get so degree. Go and find it. Go and look for where to register. Oh, I don't have the money. Can you borrow from somewhere? Can you find a sponsor? Can you do everything legal to get in? Can you go and give them your father's landed property in lieu and say, hold the property papers, give me the course, and I'll be paying you small until I can collect my property papers. Look, can you find the solution? What do I need to do? Where do I need to go? Where should I be? Where should I go? Some of us might need to change location physically because the school you want to attend is in Abakaliki, where you're telling yourself, no, I'm a Lagos big boy. I go nowhere. What you need to learn is with someone in Abakaliki. You say you want to do so and so rice business, and they're saying, oh, go to Abakaliki. There's this person who has done it there for 20 XYZ years. And if you stay with him or her for the next 5 months and maybe, be their apprentice, you will learn everything. But you're like, about what? Abakaliki, was there? Abakaliki, the name of a place, a person, a food, a thing. What's Abakaliki? I'm a Lagosian. I'm staying right here. You will chop your eye because you have missed your where. Where says, where should I go? Perhaps that person you need to go and learn from is in Kafanchan. And you just need to go and spend 2 weeks with them. Don't chop your eye, please. Go and learn it. Where? Where should I go? When? I always like to say the time is now. When? When should I learn? Now. When should I practice? Now. When should I know? Now. When? Why? Why am I doing this? It's good to ask ourselves from time to time, why? Why am I doing this? Why do I need to commit to this new learning or to this habit or to this practice that is not my own? Why? Is it because I want to die empty? Some of us have such altruistic reasons for wanting to do what we do. We want to do it for higher purpose because I want to die empty. I want to live full and die empty. And that's why I'm doing what I do. I'm seeing some of you in the chat, you're laughing and all, and I'm seeing some names that I know. Some of you are people who do some crazy things. You send me messages about where you're going to get one wisdom. You're traveling to one place. You're going for one conference. I know you. I know some of you. And I'm just looking at you like, wow. But guess what? I'm also seeing your results. I'm seeing your results. And now this is me, mere mortal, seeing your results. Some of you send me messages and say, hey, man, remember this place I went to? Or Joyce, remember that place I went to? See the certificates I got. See the awards I received for this thing I did for that. You're building your path because of your why. And when I ask some of us, why are you doing this? And you go, I want to live a full life. I want to live a full life. I have this thing that has been calling me, this thing that has been pulling me inside. And I want to fulfill that itch. I want to fulfill that drive. I have seen some of you change location painfully and squat somewhere, as it were. But because you knew what you want, you went there. Some of it we sometimes call blind faith or blind hope. You did what you were not sure of. You just knew you needed to do it. And guess what? You're getting your results. Some of the results are not as apparent as others, are not as fast as others. But you see, when you follow the system, you see, stay with the system, stay with the process. The recipe to bake cake might tell you 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar. I've seen one baker doctor here this morning. 2 cups of flour, 1 cup of sugar, something, something, something. 2 eggs. Please just follow the recipe. Follow the recipe. If it says heat the oven to 120 degrees and then put the batter in for 5 minutes, follow the process. Don't say, they said 5 minutes. Who has time for 5 minutes? I beg, let me just put it for 3.5 minutes. Look, the cake will not come out right. It won't be cake anymore. It will be something else, but it's not cake. It might be bread, but it will not be cake. When they say, okay, put 1 pinch of nutmeg, you say 1 pinch. Are they serious? I'm going to put 5 pinches. Do they know who I am? The whole taste has changed though. They say put half cup of milk. They say half cup. Am I poor? I have a whole gallon here. You pour the whole gallon. Guess what? The whole thing will change because, or you see, like, oh, my friend John Obidi will say, John is going to come speak to us later this month. He'll say, they said, use 3 spoons of sugar. And you say, I don't have 3 spoons. All I have is 1 spoon. That's not the standard. The standard says 3 spoons. So look for everything legal to get your 3 spoons. Don't give the excuse of saying, well, I wish I had. It's only 1. So you put your 1 and make it in the cake. Then you go and submit the cake after baking it. And they tell you, no, this is not up to standard. And you say, but it's all I have. It's not up to standard. It's not up to standard. Stop arguing with the standard. Stop arguing with the standard. The standard says 3 spoons. The standard is not asking you whether you have it or not. The standard is saying do all things possible, legal and moral, to get it. And if you will check, you probably will find perhaps your neighbor 7 houses away from you had extra sugar. But no, how are you going to ask them? I don't ask people for things. I've been trained not to ask for anything. What? The bar has been set. Can you please stop going under the bar? Go and ask. By the time you start knocking everybody's door, please, do you have 1 spoon of sugar? Please, may I have 1 spoon of sugar? Somebody might say, okay, well, I don't have 1 spoon, I have half. You take that half, you keep it. You keep knocking. You see, it is in that knocking that we find, but sometimes the knocking seems too hard or seems too laborious or seems beneath you or makes you seem like you don't have faith. So you say, know what? I'm going to stay in the house and wait for God to provide it. And God is saying, can you please just go outside and knock 18 doors? Knock 26 doors. And by the time everybody gives you quarter, 1/7, you would have had your 2 other tablespoons and you would put them in your cake bake or your cake mix. But don't not ask. Where many of us have gotten stuck is we are saying, God of miracles, bring the sugar. God of miracles, bring the sugar. There is nothing wrong with asking God to open the doors. There is everything wrong with saying, God, please open the door, and you don't even try to go and look for which of the doors he has opened. You say, open the door. He might have opened the door on the next street, but if you don't pass that street, will you know? And he said, I've opened the door, but I need you to get up and go and look for the door. Please. So for 2022, use your 5 W's and begin to identify the standards you need to meet up to. Don't tell me that thing that English is not your mother tongue, so you don't care how you speak it, and yet you want to be on global stages. You may get there, but you may not get there sustainably. You may not get there in the way and manner with the respect that you can garner if only you will get a coach that will teach you how to speak better. And that coach might be a grammar teacher in primary 2 in one school in your neighborhood. You can just stroll, go around there and find one English teacher there, grammar teacher, and literacy. I think they call it literacy now, a literacy teacher who is good. You've heard him, you've heard her, and they teach in one school, the primary school, and you just go to them and say, hey, excuse me, can you just come and take me on extra lessons? Somebody say, I owe you. You went on born children, finish. You are going to get sharp. I say, what? Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up to that voice in your head that's saying you're too big for that. Get that teacher. Get that teacher to teach you. As I'm saying this to you, please, I'm saying this to me. I'm saying it to me. I'm saying to myself, Joyce, there are things you need to know in 2022. Go get the learning. Wisdom is out there in the street calling. She's calling doesn't necessarily mean she's cheap. Sometimes we confuse available with cheap. So if you see what you're looking for, but the price on it is much, you say, no, that cannot be it. You're looking for a cup. You're looking for a red cup. And finally, you see a red cup and you say, oh, see the red cup. Let me collect it. Say, okay, collect it. It's 6,000 naira. Like, 6 what? For ordinary red cup. That's what you've been looking for. Find every way legal and moral to pay the 6,000 and collect the red cup, please. Please. Stop arguing with your destiny. Stop saying, no, because I need it. See, look, if you need to pay in installments for 10 months to get it, that red cup, collect it. Don't now ordinarize it because they've said it's 6,000. Ordinary red cup, but when you were looking for it, it was not ordinary. Now that they've said 6,000, like, ordinary red cup. Madam, you don't go take 600. And she says, Oga, it is 6,000. Madam, Oga, you don't go take 5,000. They might say, okay, bring 5,500. Go and find it. That it is available somewhere doesn't mean it will be cheap. It may not be cheap. Get it. 5 W's and 1 H. What is the H? How? How do I get there? Some of us might need to get to work 2 hours earlier in 2022 because we need to put in time for ABC. So let's just say, paint a scenario. You don't have regular power in your house, but at work from 5 a.m. every day, there is power, depending on where you work or it's your neighbors. It could even be at school or a school near you. You might not even be a student there, but there is that school and you know that school, their power comes on every day at 6 a.m. Or you need to be at work at 8. And maybe the school is just 2 blocks away from your house, from your office. So you need to now resume at that school at 6, just so you can sit in a place where there's light. And that place may not be a classroom, it may be outside under the light. You go and you pally up the security guards. You might even go during the day and talk to the head teacher and say, hey, see me, my name is Joyce Daniels. I'm your neighbor. I work in that office over there. I notice there's power every day here and I need to sit with my laptop. Please, can you allow me come sit down in your security house or sit down here? I'll come out with my laptop and sit here for 1 hour, 15 minutes every day. If I can put in that time for the next 9 months, I'll be able to cover this and that, but I need your power. How? The how might cost you something. The how might cost you something. Please agree with me that we will pay the price. Agree with me today that we will pay the price. We will pay the price for the great 2022 that we seek. There are certain learnings we're taking out. Number 1 learning for today that we are taking out is identify the wisdom, because she said wisdom is out in the streets calling. She says, I am everywhere. I'm at the street corners calling out. I am calling out. I'm screaming, simpletons, change your ways. That's wisdom, chapter 1. Proverbs, chapter 1. She said, so listen to me before it's late, so that in the time you need me, I can actually show up. Because if you call me when it's late, I may not be able to do anything for you. So I will pay the price. So please, everything you've taken away, have your diary. Open that one book that you might have committed to WISER this year. But of course, whatever you're committing to WISER is not for 2021. It's actually for 2022. What you're writing is starting the 2022. Make those commitments so that we can begin to schedule. You will need to open your calendar, whether it's your Google Calendar, your your whatever calendar on your device that has ability to give you alarms, start scheduling. January, attend this course. May, attend this course. Maybe next year you will need to attend 3 different courses that will take you to your El Dorado. Go and find them now. How much do they cost? Where are the people? Where can I go so I can schedule based on what you have? You may need to what's the word? You may need to attend that program in September because you will not be able to afford it in February. So can I start planning for the September course? Can I start planning for the one in November? But guess what? If you don't identify it now, that November may come and go and you'd have done nothing. So don't say, November is far. November is not far. November is 12 months away only. And November will come and go whether you take the wisdom steps or not. So let November come with you paying the price. Write them down. Schedule them. You know that thing? That's that scripture in Habakkuk that says, write the vision, make it plain so that they that run with it will see. Don't worry. Even if it looks like it's delaying, it will not delay. It will surely come. Do it for your job. Do it for your career. Write for your business. Write for your relations. Write for your social commitments. This year, you had said you would do 1 or 2 charity outreaches, but you were not able to because you didn't plan well with what you had. So for 2022, plan now. How do maybe I will attach it to my birthday. Oh, maybe I'll attach it to my anniversary. Oh, maybe I'll attach it to this. Oh, I can attach it to Christmas. Oh, I can attach it to Easter. I can attach it to Children's Day. I can attach it to one of the Eids. By all means, take a look. Tomorrow we continue. Tomorrow we continue. We'll have a great time. So I want to say thank you all for being here with us today on day 1. You made it! You made it! You made it! So what is one thing I would ask you to do? Share this with family and friends. Just click on that share button. You can see that arrow, the curved arrow, right? Share this with someone and say, hey, see where I've been for the last hour, and this is what I got, and I think this is good for you. Just share it. Share it to them. Share the link. Share the link. Share the link. And importantly, ask them to register for WISER. Why? So that they can be in our space. So should we decide to have something else in the course of the year next year, it will be easy to get the information to them. That's why we need them to be in the pool to register. Else, just share and let them watch. Tell them this will be one of the best things you will watch today. This will be one of the best ways to spend 1 hour because you have spent it. Now, this is where I would use that word spend. You have actually invested it. It has been spent in exchange for a better 2022. So yes, this is a great way to spend an hour. 2022, we blow. We blow. We will get better at the things we do. I thank you that we made it. We will see you tomorrow, same time. Thank you for being in the WhatsApp groups. Any information that we have to share, we will drop there. We will unmute. I know the groups have been muted. We will unmute the group because I know some of us might have questions. Please try not to blow up anybody's phone. Please try not to write too many things there. Please ask questions only if you need to. But also we would remind you of the number, the official Joyce Daniels number. We will post it there this morning again. We'll post it there this morning so that if you have a question, maybe you send it privately to the number so that we don't blow up our phones. We'll unmute at some point during the day for a few hours so we can drop questions and stuff that we might need done. Have a great day. Have a wiser day. Remember, the information we have is not only for 2022 because 2022 starts today, actually. It starts today. Use your 5 W's and 1 H today. I love you so much. I'm rooting for you. I'm rooting for your success. I'm looking forward to the testimonials that each and every one of us will have because we took ourselves seriously enough to show up at WISER. Have a fantastic day. Bye for now.
Let it in, let it in. Let well-being in. Let it in, let it in. Let well-being in. Let it in, let it in. Let clarity in. Let it in, let it in. Let clarity in. Let it in, let it in. Let abundance in. Let it in, let it in. Let abundance in. Let it in, let it in. Let all that I want in. Let it in, let it in. Let all that I want in. Let it in, let it in. Let the good feelings in. Let it in, let it in. Let abundance